Alrighty. Hello, and welcome back to some silly art times. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. Hope everyone's having a good one. Sorry, I'm ticking off a bunch of things right now, so you have to give me a moment. Alright. Hey, Jen. Hey, Sweeb. Hope all is well. Hope all's good in the hood, as they say. I don't know who says that anymore. I don't think anyone says that anymore. But you know. Alright. So, oh, my throat's clearly not cleared out. Give me a moment. I've still got something a little bit in my throat. Oh, Gerald, stop. So, what are we doing today? Now that the beginning ads have stopped, what are we doing today? I haven't actually locked in for an idea yet. I was probably, my current thought on it is to probably just keep going with developing the Malith design more. And doing all your accounting. I know that all your donations are unearned revenue reviews. You now want to make art? Yeah, sure. I mean, I do have plannings for that one thing, Jen. I haven't fully sketched it up yet, and I do apologize that it's taken me some time. But, I do have a planning for that. Hey, your leg, how's it going? Till the image drops in your chat, might count unearned revenue, which is quite the term I find fun. I mean, it's a great way to do it, right? Yeah. Probably the most expensive commission I've technically ever been given. Knowing that most of my commissions sit under $100, so it's a little bit more. Where is the current updated design thing? Yap streams, sick. I mean, that is what the art streams are. The art streams are like, there's a bit of art going on in the background, and then mostly yapping. Have I had my meds? I have had most. Yeah, right? Yes. I might have one or two that I'll have to do later. Probably put a canvas, crash your PC to put in all the foot wrinkles. Good God. I mean, to be fair, the canvas I typically run is incredibly high already. So again, I'll throw up this one, right? So this is 6,000 by 8,000 with a 600 DPI. You should not be doing stuff on that kind of canvas most of the time. That's already a hell of an extreme size. To, like, really, really stress the point, this is, like, nearly 8 times the size of a normal, like, your monitor. In terms of, like, size. And the rationale behind that is because it takes this long to start actually seeing the pixels. See the skin cells dying in real time. Fair. PC and RAM putting in the work. I think RAM's at, let's see. It's only using about 1 gig of RAM. OBS is using, like, nearly twice as much. Fucking my browser's using definitely twice as much, good lord. But again, it's just reasons why an update would be. To be fair, I've got a slight horror story, and to those that know what this means, you'll know what it's gonna be. The pen nub on my digital pen for doing drawing has started to round out. It's starting to flatten. So again, it's one of those things that, like, if you know, you know. If you don't, it's... The shorthand is, it's gonna make drawing much more difficult. Gonna lurk now, and with the parents to keep them company among the mountains. Fair enough. Don't try and get eaten by a bear. You can order nubs off Alibaba. Yeah, there's plenty of places I could theoretically order some new nubs for this, but it's just like, it's just a yet another reminder I probably should just upgrade the tablet at this point. You have apes here. I don't know if that's better. Desert Mountain, yeah. I think that'd just rip you in half instead of, like, rip you apart. Anyway, have a good trip. I swear I'm not giving you more things to worry about. Alright. So this is what we've got so far for the idea of the design, right? And me and Bug, well, mainly Bug, has been trying... some different color schemes with it. Don't threaten me with a good time. Hell yeah, brother. It's like, if you go there, they'll rip you in half. With what? God damn it. Rip my asshole in half with 2 palms and pull them apart. Hell yeah. Just boom. What do you mean, hell yeah? What do you mean? This is the redesign you were talking about, Mr. Bunch's streams last week. Yeah, no, you're all good, Sweep. But yes, this is the redesign that me and Bug have been working on a little bit recently. As Bug found some stuff to work from, and I decided last art stream to start playing around. With the stuff. Damn, that's a nice view, Jen, by the way. Another trailer for the Warframe update. I saw that the trailer got dropped. Yes, I saw that when I woke up this morning. I actually played a touch of Warframe last night because I was showing Bug Warframe and being like a mega nerd, going like, "Hey, look at all the shit that I have." Gave me an excuse to log in and see that I've missed 3 New Year's triggers in game. I should tell how long it's been since I've logged in. Have you ever spent any money on the game? On Warframe? Yes. Yes, I have spent quite a bit of money on that because back when I was working an actual, like, quite more substantial jobs and stuff like that, I had a lot more disposable income but a lot less free time. So I would buy like the Prime Access and stuff for Warframe. So I'm in the thousands of dollars spent on Warframe. Like, again, it's nearly, like, it's an accurate thing to say close to, like, 5,000 hours, and I don't think I could actually give you a correct answer on how much money I've spent on Warframe. Purely because on Steam alone, and this is just for, like, Steam tracking, not even, like, because I bought from the website, because they didn't allow you to buy it from Steam, so you had to buy from the website. Then you could buy from Steam, then you could get from Epic, and Epic also had it cheaper for a portion of time. Take that as you will. So across all the platforms, I don't know. On Steam alone, I think I've spent close to like nearly 2,000 New Zealand dollars. And that's probably like the platform that, like, that's the second highest amount. Would be my assumption. Hey, Video C, how's it going? Hey, yo, how's it going? I feel like I should probably do a cleanup sketch of this character. I'm still so mixed with the outfit, right? Because I don't think the outfit's bad. I'm just like, I feel like there's so much more we could be doing. Put on some clothes. I ain't gonna listen to you. My house, I'm allowed to walk around naked. To be fair, if I was walking around naked at this temperature at the moment, I think I would struggle. Hey, Clap, how's it going? The, like, Yawa reminding me of, the stories I've heard with, like, families where like their dad or something just walks around like naked, and now the kids have to deal with that image for the rest of their life. That is not TOS. You know... And nobody gonna stop me. It's inappropriate, but also... What's wrong with nudity? In truth, it is actually against terms of service. However... The nudity we have here for the character with this is an actual nudity. This is very clearly shape crafted. So this is like what the body would look like as the fact of like positioning things. So this wouldn't trigger it. But if I just drew a groin, for example, or nipples, then we start getting into more problematic things. Though, I'm trying to remember, because I think... Because YouTube's pretty fine with everything, ironically enough. Which is a weird thought to say, is like YouTube's actually the normal platform. You can actually show... This is the weirdest thing I'm about to say. You can actually show artistic genitalia on YouTube if it's like in a game, for example. Twitch, it's a hard no. But on YouTube, you can, as long as you mark your content as 18+, if I recall correctly, and put, like, disclaimers. But it still can be, like, touch and go, and I just did this, yeah. We should test that out. You know what? I don't really feel like jeopardizing the channel today. I know, it's a rarity for me. Based on some of the stuff I say. Alright. No, I'm just pulling it back to this because I'm like sitting there going, do I want to do any changes to the body type? Or do I just want to change the outfit more? What about tomorrow? You know... I appreciate your gusto. We are artistic genitalia! No, that actually sounds like a band, though. Hey, everybody! And today, we're gonna be playing some songs for you. We're artistic genitalia! 1, 2, 3, 4! Okay, I'm gonna have to deal with having said that. Don't feel like jeopardizing the channel today yet. You know, you got a point. Yeah, you got a point. You want more thighs, I think? Not thicker, just more of them. You want like a third leg? Add some koala bears? Oh my god. No. Oh, I feel like I have to explain this bit. Because this is a bit where I'm gonna throw Bug under the bus a little bit for. So Bug in... Now, I want to stress, I get the mistaken understanding there for it. But Bug, me and Bug were talking about, like, native species in New Zealand. And she asked, well, are koalas there? I'm like, no, they're Australian. It's like, but you're not that far... It's like, there is a minimum of 30 minutes in the air of water between us. The koalas don't get here unless we want them to. It's a fucking ocean. Actually, I believe the Tasmanian Sea is between New Zealand and Australia. Isn't Zealand an island in Denmark? I think so, yes. But that's Zealand. I'm talking about New Zealand. The country, it's all the way at the bottom of the planet on the other side of the thing. Yeah, no. So she asked that, and I mildly bullied her in response, going like, "Of course it's not bug, for God's sakes." To which that became a little bit of a in-joke. It's relatively not that far. It's far for living creatures. Yeah. Zealand, it could be a Gundam series. It could be a Gundam series. I actually agree with you on that. It reminds me of like, no, you know what? Didn't Zoids get a redo again? I need to look into that. But no, like in a realistic sense, like New Zealand is, I believe, as close to Australia as like the size of Texas almost. Do I have to pull up a world map again, guys? So, like, we're not close to Australia, but they're their closest neighbor. Gee, greet me. Yeah, but you have to remember, it's by deep sea. Like, it's a lot of water between the here and there. And I'm talking, like, lengthwise Texas. Let's wait. World map. Relative size. Because I know there's a couple of apps for this. Water. Yeah. Oh, no, it's a fair bit bigger. Okay, that gives you... Well, we'll see in a second. Alright, let me just turn on primary screen capture. That's the wrong one. That one. Cool. So this is our world map, and there's like, this is the cool part about this one is like we've got the true size of. So what this does is, as you can see, as I drag around, it gains the relative size via, like, the dimensions, right? So we've got, this is the entire size of the United States. Does that give you an idea of the distance between New Zealand and Australia? I may have underestimated that distance. It's nearly half of the entire size of the US in distance between us. To the, like, nearest points. So, no, we don't share much in the way of habitable things that Australia has. Koalas are good swimmers. I'm gonna be honest, unless you're an aquatic animal, you're not making that distance. That's like 55%, yeah. That's the distance to our nearest large-scale neighbors. Don't they have chlamydia? Yes, they all do have chlamydia. Well, most do. I think it's a large chunk of wild koalas have chlamydia. I'm also lying. Yeah, nice. But yeah, so that should give an idea, and we're a relatively small country, all things considered. We're the size of one of the larger states, like Texas, of the US, right? New Zealand. How big is New Zealand compared to Uganda? Uganda is like the size of one of our islands. Who's our other neighbor? Yao. About Finland? About the size of Finland. Yeah. About a similar sort of thing. Keep in mind as well, New Zealand has a trait to it that like a lot of these other countries won't have. If I zoom in here, almost all of this strip of the South Island here, that is all high-end mountain ranges. And around in this area is a lot of mountains as well. They near Rangapore, such. I believe here, in fact, is the main three, right? Yeah. So we've got Mount Ruapehu, Mount let's see if I can remember. Nugrahue, and Tongariro. Then you've got Lake Rotorua, and you've actually got Lake Taupo. Which, fun fact, Lake Taupo is actually a super volcano. Atlantis? No. And yeah, you've also got the Waipaki. Sorry. In this zone, which is a lot of mountains as well. Then, as you can see, more mountains. And that's why, like, you're seeing roads around and places around these locations, because these are, like, actually quite heavy mountains. Cause I've shown this before, and I could probably show it quite easily. But the Ring of Fire is what it's called. There's a really large tectonic plate, right? It is very famous. And it goes like around here, right past Japan, down here, and straight down the middle of New Zealand. Flashback! Hey, nightmare. And it goes right through the middle of New Zealand. So whenever you hear about like the really bad earthquakes in Japan, realize I believe they're around over here in distance. We have those on our island. Oh, also, if you ever do come to New Zealand, want to see like a really weird phenomenon, so this is the Tasmanian Sea on this side, and this is the Pacific Ocean on this side, right? If you actually go to the tip of New Zealand, around, Cape, Ringa, around here, you actually see the exact point of division, and you can look to one side and see the color of an ocean, and to the other side and see the color of a sea, and see the actual difference between the two. Because there is actually a visual difference. One is a lot more blue, one is a lot more green. This is an actual phenomenon that is known. If you give me a moment, see if I can find like the image for it. It's just showing some of our fucking areas. But like you can see the actual color difference. What are we looking for? Okay. Yeah. You see it there? Yeah, no, so this is like an actual phenomenon you can visually see. Floof Minecraft win. When are we gonna get Yawa to play Minecraft? That'd be fun. Yeah, no, it's a fascinating phenomenon that is very hard to find locations in the world where you can like see it so clearly divided. I don't know if it's freshwater and saltwater exactly. I can't remember. I just remember it's ocean and sea. It's the difference between the two. For a year and during a 24-hour stream. Yeah, Yawa, but I wasn't there, and that's the difference. Gotta play it again. You can play Minecraft as many times as you like. But yes, so I hope this has like been a little bit of random education for New Zealand. Remember, this is an art stream. But yeah, no, that should pretty much give you that kind of rough idea of like, it's a big, Tasmanian Sea is not small. Tasmanian Sea is not a small distance to travel. Wants to play with their Oshi, it seems. Okay, I said that in confidence, Yawa, in a vulnerable time. How dare you? We can see, maybe see Mouth and stuff. Look, okay, I can't say shit other than I've just been busy. I'm so sorry. I've been thinking about it like every other afternoon when I'm like sitting down finally to unwind for the day, and I'm like, maybe I should play Minecraft and boot it up. And then I end up watching like an anime or falling asleep at my desk or doing more work. It's been me for like a month, I swear to God. I need to log in, because I've literally been envisioning what I want to build, and it's getting to me how much I want to do it, but I keep just not setting the time for it. Wait. Don't I have like a crying emote thing for myself? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you guys forget, I actually do have, emotes. Like, I do have toggles. I just don't use them very often. I've always seen Malith on the server before we bully the Fox about it. Seems fair, that's fair. Yeah, I'll give you that. It's quitters talk. Malith buys full set of Fucon merch, they get a 1 in 10 chance to play Minecraft with their Oshi for 10 minutes. Chat, I've been bullied for so long because I haven't bought Fucon merch yet. By the way, if you haven't bought Fucon merch, go buy Fucon merch. Forsake stream to mine and craft. You know, once the PC upgrade happens, we don't have to forsake stream for it. We could just do it at the same time. How's the karaoke going? It's getting along. It's getting along. I've been practicing a little bit at the moment. I've not been practicing as much as I'd like to have been. I'm also practicing a couple of other things because I am trying to improve my range. Because I've been doing a lot of range practice and a lot of control practice just externally to it. Which has been fun. I've also been testing something else out related to singing, but I can't talk about that because that's a secret. And I singed, I don't think I can sing Taco Takeover yet. No. But also, that's not on the suggestions, Yawa. Where is my list of suggestions again? Because let's look at the responses currently. There's 13 responses. And so far I've practiced for, let's see. I stole the name of that one. Yeah. Like about 7 of them I've practiced for at least. For now. Can you sing Beethoven's 7th Symphony, 2nd movement? I'll have you know, I used to be able to play that shit. Far out, y'all. What did you just send me? Is that what the room looks like? I mean, that's what the room looks like, except they're out of the packaging. I'm glad too. It's really easy. Just click on the player on YouTube. Oh, you know, that's a good point. See, I did the long way around where I had a keyboard, like I had a piano in front of me, right? And I had to press them in a specific order at specific times. It's a bit of a skill difference on my part. Hearing mouths drop every brain rot term in 2025 would be pure hell. Yeah, it will be. How would I get official HoloLive merch shells in your room? Can I spot it? Let me guess, without even looking at it, is the rat upside down? I look at it and immediately, like, I didn't even, like, look to see if it was the case, and you're cheating? I understand. The moment you ask for something like that, I know exactly what you're gonna ask me for, and you think I wouldn't assume it's the case. It would be, however, exactly. You didn't really get a rat plushie. Let's see. Looking something up. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Never happening. Tracks with the normal though. Huh. Oh, stretch. It's chatting stream. Art is optional. To be fair, that is the definition of the art stream. What's in the description of the YouTube stream again? Oh, ads are playing. Just gonna Yes, no, proper stretch because it is ad break time. The Art of Yap by Deman Malithol. Don't you dare try and full name my ass. All right. Let's see. How much does a tray of 12 monster cans actually go for in Kiwiland? I don't remember because the last tray I bought was like 72. I'm not kidding, by the way. Oh, nope, that's the wrong thing to go to. Mighty Egg. Where'd that show me anime figures? No, Mighty Ape. Monster. No, it's 24 pack, sorry. Yeah, so 24 pack is about 80 bucks. 80 New Zealand dollars. And that's the ratio I bought at for a while. Because I have a way of making it less than that. I believe I can make it nearly 60. Let me double check. Yeah, no, I can get it. I can at least set it to 80 without too much effort. That's not cheap. Well, I mean, like, that's... What, 80... I'm gonna have to do math. I can't do that kind of math in my head. $80 divided by 24. That's what, like... nearly $2 per can? Bit under? $3. To give you an idea, by the way, you're typically spending $4 to $5 per can anywhere else. And if there's ever a special, obviously it goes further down. Added context, $1 is like half a pound? I think so? Something not too far off that, right? let's look. So NZD to euro. Yeah, no, it is actually a dead fucking dollar to 50 cent ratio. Or, to, yeah, 0.5. So, basically, what? That's saying about 40 euros is roughly close to it. That's all Brits. I'm not... Did I? You having a moment of going like, ah, shit. Probably did. Ah, well. It's fine. You read thing as pound? Yeah. It's a pound. But yeah, so 1 New Zealand dollar is half a pound. You'll never know who, yeah, true. As a Brit, I wish I weren't. That's probably the most accurate statement I know of about British people. So yeah, it's... Like, I'm not kidding when I say it's about $5 a can. And we're talking about, like, the bigger cans, right? Obviously, like the 500ml. Because that's, like, I think the only real can I ever saw them sell in New Zealand. And you know the problem of why I know it's a 500ml can off the top of my head? And I fully accept all the criticism that might come my way for the statement. It's because it's the same size can as the Asahi I buy, and I know the Asahi I buy is a 500ml can. Because that's objectively the best way to have Asahi. Super dry. Super dry. Asahi super dry. Chat, Yawa doesn't want me to be nice to her. You got it cheaper than I do. See? See? My point stands. Like, this is the thing. New Zealand is technically cheap if you're from out of New Zealand. Unless you go out drinking. Don't ever go out drinking unless you know the right places to go to, because alcohol at a bar is really expensive nowadays. I'm a real do-a-shocker here, so like, I think a beer, like a normal glass is like somewhere between $5 and $8. And then, like, a spirit can go to $10 very easily. And above. Per glass. And we're talking, like, the very boring glass. Like, if I, like, it's actually cheaper for me to normally ask for, like, a rum and coke than whiskey on the rocks. Because with whiskey on the rocks, I'm only going to get a single shot in size. And then obviously just, I always ask them to not put it on the rocks. A pint in a pub is, 6-7. Congratulations. Congratulations. Congratulations, sweet. You You know what? I fucking hate you. Just make your own alcohol. No, that's the thing. Buying alcohol from the bottle shop, though, is cheap. Like, I can buy a pretty solid, like, 24-pack of good drinks. So, like, high-quality drinks for, like, I don't know, like, 20, 30 bucks. Looking for a new mod? Yeah, it seems Yawa's trying to apply for a new mod. I'm still thankful Yawa doesn't have access to the karaoke songs form, because I dread what she'd put on there. Yeah, there's a Google form for the karaoke songs. There's only one place it is. It's in my Discord, which you are not in because I don't want you to see it. I don't want you to go into a server where I've posted some of my art in that is yeah. But no, going back to it. Going back to it. Going back to no! Going back to it. Yawa doesn't want me to, like, get her something. Yawa's refusing. Yawa doesn't like me being nice to your hair. God damn it. I offer you this and you spit in my face. Alright, Bloof doesn't like you being nice, be an asshole. You know, there's a point to that. By the way, Jin is showing off some really pretty places. Like, goddamn. I just saw the meme sweeps in. Sorry, no, I have to show this. This is actually too funny. No. It's just... Wait, give me a second. This is actually so fucking funny. Come on, come up so I can click on you. This. God. Oh, fucking damn it. That was basically that section of the stream, though, let's be honest. That was pretty accurate. Hey, you devil, how's it going? What? Nightmare, you didn't. Oh no. You sent messages before, but wait. Oh shit! Yes, no, I see you peeking in when we're talking about the monies. Sorry. No, you're still fair on saying that though. The one I hate the most for voices. Oh, there's a couple I hate. The question is, what do you mean by hate? Like, because there's one I hate because it ruins my voice. But there's also like one I hate because I've now listened to it back and I regret ever giving people the chance with it. Basically, it's do we want the pirate one or do we want me to have to launch voice mod? You got two choices before I start doing the voice. I think the pirate ones, whichever makes you suffer more. It could be this one, lad, cause it really gravels up the neck and the throat. It'd be Captain Maleth again, at his finest. Right, 10 minutes. 10 minutes is all it'll take for me to regret the rest of the stream. You can't do the IRL voice ban at the same time. You have to wait. We're gonna do the IRL voice ban right after. If I make you hydrate, can you drink some rum instead? Oh! Now you're talking. That's something I can do. Actually, I can't, but you know. Alrighty, I've been requested to make choices. Give me a moment. I might regret. You were scammed. Oh, I'll try and drink some healthy rum. But where's the rum? Always gone. Don't worry, Nightmare. This voice will be followed up by 3 minutes of silence by your own request. Cause that's dumb as hell. It sounds like the pirate from SpongeBob. Well, actually, I can do that pirate voice pretty well. Are you ready, kids? I can't hear you. Oh, who lives in a pineapple under the sea? who's yellow and porous and absorbs all it can be. Sounds Scottish. I mean, it does sound a little Scottish, yeah. It's a little bit of the charm of the accent. I don't know where this pirate come from. I'll be honest with you. This is Timu Jack Sparrow. Aye, it's Jack Sparrow from the Seven Seas, not sailing the Seven Seas. You ask for silly, I give you that. I don't give you proper. Why would I give you proper? Alright, I've been requested to make choices. What of... I might need a tad bit more context for what there Yarwa. Yarwa. Captain Sakura has requested my advice. It's John Pigeon. Instead of Jack Sparrow, it's the off-brand John Pigeon. Oh. Some choices there I have to make. Oh, yeah. That's an insult to pigeons. Are you saying I'm worse than a pigeon? I don't know if I appreciate the sentiment there, Nightmare. I might have to be walking the plank for that one. Don't be saying the silly things on the seas now, boys. You don't want to be a scallywag. You're gonna have to come to regret what will be the case. I remember when this was an art stream. I remember. I still wonder what I should be doing with him. Of course we give him a pirate hat. Given the context of the times. Such a perfect pirate hat. Would you not agree, crew? It be Pirate Melith, sailing the seven seas. This is already destroying my throat. Why did I agree to this? Hey there, Derby. Welcome to the crew. I imagine I see you're a VTuber like this. I'm sure it will be successful. He does a whole time of welcoming those to the crew. pirate to the UK. That feels fair. Sail up the British Isles. Plunder their loot. I'm sure that will work out for someone. I've got another 3 minutes of this. Bugger. So how's everyone's days been along? I assume they've been jolly. Gone on many raids or such. Rip throat. I might be right with that one, Sweeb. I didn't do any preparation, so I went into this voice raw. I see regret. So you really kept 10 minutes on it for now, yes? Well, it's 10 minutes from when it was requested, but it was only 8 minutes since I started doing the voice. Maybe kidnap the evil government of the UK because my mental health has been terrible due to AI and rage verification. Are the days of AI. I don't worry much about it, giving it more worry than it needs to, but I agree. Age verifications of there be a bit too wild for my seas. But AI is just AI. There's nothing to worry about with that. It doesn't do shit. It's just a lot of bad actors in that scene. I wonder. Let's fade out the clues a little bit so I can play around with some new ones. What was on this layer again? Oh yes. I should probably label that one. I understand where you're coming from, Derby. But I must express that you need to realize the things out of your control is out of your control. Stressing about those things only leads to problems for yourself. Now I understand it's hard to let that ship sail, but you must realize that you are your own person. And while it is hard, it will be alright eventually. There will be answers. If it truly is a bad idea, it won't be successful. Or there will be ways around it. There always are. Even my country is criticizing the idea. So it's sure it will happen. I understand it's hard to stop thinking about it. I truly get that thought, that sentiment. But you have to understand that it doesn't deserve your time nor energy. It doesn't deserve your stress. You are far better and far more valuable than that what you give to it. Go do what you will and try and improve upon yourself, not caring about the stupidity of a bunch of old men. Ah, I'm freed of the voice thing now. There we go. I'm allowed to speak again. Yeah, sorry that I basically had to go silent there. It was one of the request things. But yeah, no, like, I cannot stress enough. Trust me when I say I get where you're coming from. As part of my degrees and parts of my life, I've been very involved with political scenes. So, well, I don't really openly talk about politics on stream, I've seen it expressed before, because it is just a polarizing thing that no matter what gets said, someone's going to be upset. It is fine to express frustration about things, but it's not worth your, like, time to be wasted on worrying such things. Here I am, like, with silly, art stuff. And we're in a world where a lot of people, and trust me when I say I deal with this a little bit, there is a lot of people I know that would just go, why bother being an artist when AI is going to take over? And it's like, it's not. Because AI art requires human and, creations to even fuel it. It can't feed off itself because it will progressively deteriorate, which we've seen because of stuff like Pinterest. So even if AI art's going to be successful, it requires so much human resources that it will just loop around to being not worth it. Nobody likes AI. I stand by my problems with AI is the ethics behind it, not the actual AI stuff. Generative AI is an ethics problem. Where do you source your stuff to generate from? Right? If you source it with informed individuals or internally to your own resources, no problem whatsoever with it. Go for it. That's actually legitimately, I see no problem. Right? Like, if I took all of my art that I've ever done and put it into a folder and made a generative AI that only eats from the folder I've given it, then I don't see that that's a valid criticism to raise against it. However, when it is source external to that, there's no problem. Right? See, using AI is cheap and lazy. So, what I'd ask to that is, do you think it's wrong for speeding up certain processes? So this is where we get to like some of the debate of what I've talked about with it before. If a game company using only internal art wishes to concept a brand new game, would it not be okay for them to, while just getting the initial ideas done, not actually hitting the concepting phase, but the initiation phase of an idea, be able to go to a thing and play around with like color schemes and ideas at a slightly faster speed? First of all, also, it's also not cheap. It is far more expensive than using, in a lot of cases, than using actual people. But we're just gonna use the argument of cheap and lazy as the point that counts to it, right? That is literally how humanity progresses. We find as many ways to make our lives easier and lazier as possible. That is human progression. So therefore you're now denying human progression of what its kind of purpose is. Now, I want to stress, by the way, I apologize if like this is feeling like I'm targeting you, or if this is feeling like I'm just going against what you're saying. But this is the stuff where it's like, welcome to the internet. You cannot have a nuanced discussion on it very easily, especially over text. And that is why we get the camps of only hates AI or absolutely loves AI, not where, for example, I sit, whereas I see the merits in case scenarios, but I see the problem of ethics. Right? Like, my doctor uses AI when writing notes for me and helping diagnose stuff for me. Like, this is a legitimate thing. There's medical AI out there now. And all that does is it helps program things, it'll help check things, it might alert things that might not normally be seen, stuff like that. Oh, ads in progress. What did Yawa say? What is your political view on the fact that space whales float in 90 degrees and not 180 degrees while making loud noises to attract other space whales for tea time? I don't get into politics though, Yawa. Come on. I can't talk about that, Yawa. That's too polarizing. Yeah, no, sorry the ads are going at the moment, but, like, yeah. Well, I'll re-say what I'm about to say. I hope this is a reminder to people. I like debating. I've done 2 academic degrees, one of which in software engineering, one of which in education. The whales will remember this? The whales will remember me not saying anything? Is it like one of those Telltale games pop-ups at the top corner? Yeah, no, exactly as Devil said there, yeah. Again, the depressing thing of how you cannot have a nuanced discussion on the internet because you have to be one thing or another thing, and if you're not agreeing with exactly what I've said, you're anti everything to do with what I said. I mean, again, I don't really want to talk too much towards this while the ads are playing. I kind of want to wait for the ads to finish. So I don't have to repeat myself. So we'll wait, there we go, the ad's gone. Cool, alright. So, again, it is where it comes down to with, things. Why are we discussing artificial insemination? Yeah, that's about right. AI just feels lifeless most of the time in your experience. So, I kind of get what you mean with that. Is like there's a part of it that doesn't feel like it's got the same charm. And again, that's why, like, at the end of the day, I agree with, I don't like, per se, AI art as, like, the final product, right? Like, I think it's a really good tool, for early concepting and ideation phases. Which is where, an argument, like, something I discussed with, like, Bug, for example, quite a bit. To those that are curious, I'm not going to show it, but I actually have on my liked on Twitter quite a lot of AI art. And you might go, wait a minute, Melith, that's not okay. You know why I have it? It's because there's like parts of it that I can learn from. The same with any other artist. Is there are some poses that they do that, like, out of the pose, I can see an idea with it. So I keep it around as a reference point. And that's kind of the point, is like, I don't like the art per se as much itself. I like some of the stuff that it's trying, like, what is trying to be done with it. And I can, as an artist, use that for my own benefit. As well as there's also, and call me out on this, there's a part of my brain that's like, I don't know, if I copy an AI artist, there's no one that's gonna really complain because they fucking, it's stealing from a thief. Like, no one's gonna really go, oh, you awful person. Right? Like, to be fair, what I do isn't stealing, because at most I trace pieces of something. Never full pieces. Or I use it as a reference point for a pose or whatever, right? As Sweeb said there, yeah. So going back to what Devil said, which was during the ad break point, is that, like, as Devil said, he was having a conversation on a post about AI, and 2 separate individuals said, you're a transphobic incel who worships AI, and the other saying, that they're a woke toe licker who is anti-AI. Like, this is and that being under the same post is exactly the point, is there is no easy way for nuanced discussion online, because people so a default thing that humanity likes is to be right. Each person wants to feel correct, right? They want to feel like their opinion is the right opinion. Which is why I keep stressing, someone's opinion isn't wrong, it is their opinion. However, how it is informed, these sorts of things, those can be where the problem is, right? So as long as you kind of like, when you look at something like AI, value it no greater than the tool that it is, it becomes fine in my eyes. However, it's when people think it is the be-end-all or a replacement is the problem. Because at this stage in time, it is more cost-effective to have human beings do most of what AI is doing. It just takes up slightly more space, but then it comes around to being a problem. Actually, arguably, it takes up less space, and it means that the rare minerals that we have for other consumers become a lot less, because a lot of it gets used towards data centers, right? Like copper, gold, silver, platinum, stuff like that. But yeah, no, like, I cannot stress enough, like, what Weeb said there, Sweeb said there was correct, is there's just too many things to consider a yes or no to these. Companies stop pushing it in our mouths to be Oh, look, it's whenever a companies start pushing it into everything is always the sign of it failing in my eyes. I've talked about before how a lot of what's going on with the AI bubble at the moment has been very reminiscent of what 3D was, like in the early 2000s, right? If to those that lived through that, you'll know that like every movie was a 3D movie if it could be, especially after the first Avatar movie, where it pushed 3D massively, with the different type of glasses, and it got to the point where you could get home systems that would give you 3D, like on the TV that you had at home. You don't see that shit anymore. Why? Because it popped. Now it's a niche luxury at best. There's the environmental cost of AI. I mean, there's environmental cost to anything, right? Like, I hate that I'm using this argument, but like, no matter what your argument of like, oh, the environmental cost of this, fun fact, meat is incredibly bad for the environment, right? I say as a meat eater before someone tries to call me out as like vegan activist or anything like that. I know a lot of vegans or vegetarians, and I fully respect that decision. Like, I fully do not dissuade them from it. In fact, I've tried to learn food to cook for them when they come around, right? But meat is incredibly disastrous to the environment in a lot of ways. However, in that same regard, stuff like soy milk, which is one of the like core contributors to a vegan like replacement, a lot of it's farmed in areas like the rainforest. That means it's getting cleared out and causing large-scale ecological disasters. So, who's in the right and who's in the wrong on that one? Neither. They're both causing problems. Welcome to how it all works. It's trying to find, let's rewind back to what I said earlier, the cheapest and easiest way to do an answer. Damn the big picture argument, which is something that is a huge deal in New Zealand. As we've always, because of the indigenous population here, the Maori, we have that as a massive process of that. Also the transfer from the farm all over the world. I mean, that goes for both sides of it, right? Like, New Zealand supplies, I think, like a third of the dairy of the entire planet. So don't we know about like transporting those sorts of goods? And the disastrous damage that can do. But like, it's just, there's no answers for it all. I often talk with a vegan coworker. Truth is, I gotta take the L on, take the L for the huge part. Mangoes, nuts, and a lot of other vegan products are terrible for the environment, but when compared to meat and raw numbers, always against meat regardless of... Yeah, no, as Sweep said there, right, it's like in raw numbers, for the most part, meat eating, massive bad, right? But it's like, there's an argument that what happens if... Okay, let's... thought experiment for a moment. A purely thought experiment. We're not saying this is going to be the case, because this is the argument I make to a lot of things. But let's use this as a thought experiment, right? So, no tautology arguments being put forward until we get further into it. If everyone in the world turned vegan, right? And ignoring the large-scale, like, removal of, what's already in cycle of, stuff for farming, for non-vegan diets, everything like that. If everything was switched to vegan, nice and cleanly, no problems, there would still be so much ecological damage coming out of it, irregardless. Right? Like, that's the point to be taken away. It's like, no matter how you do it, how it's done, there's going to be problems. Now, I'm not saying that justifies anything or anything like that. It's just an acknowledgement that has to be made, right? In some cases, vegan products strongly attack diverse and destroyable habitats. Exactly. As Sweep said, there's like, it's referencing back to what I was saying a bit earlier, where large areas of rainforest have been cleared out for plantations for like things like soybeans, right? Now, I'm not going to blame a vegan for that. I'm going to blame companies that want to profit. So there's a whole different argument there, which then also comes to a cyclical argument of, does that also not mean that a vegan should not insinuate that a non-vegan is the person in the wrong for eating something? And the argument is, well, they're supporting it. It's like, well, by that same argument, are you not supporting damaging rainforests? It's a problem so far out of their scope and control that while you can attribute it to there, and there should be an argument be made of accountability, to blame that individual is unfair. And if you're wondering, yes, this is how, if anyone actually approaches me and is being a bigot about, like, a problem, going like, oh, you don't care about X or Y or anything like that, I very quickly have enough knowledge to put them in their place. This is why, when I was going to university, there were actually a few lecturers that would just let me talk in their classes when I was having a debate with someone. One of the famous ones, and I'm gonna be really tentative about this because I know this is a very sore spot for people, was I was dealing with a very heavily Marxist individual, with very Marxist beliefs, and in a politics class, right? I want to stress, it was in a politics class. So this was the space to talk about that stuff. And they were very anti a lot of the stuff that's currently in the circulation. And I'm like, okay, so let's just say that, not saying whether or not something like Marxism would work or not, how would you get people to agree to it universally? They're like, well, they should because it's better. It's like, no. Sell me on why. Sell every person in this class on why we should convert, and do so all at the same time. Because you need, for a system like that to work, everyone to be on the same page immediately. And like, as they were saying things, like, I'd put my hand up and go, okay, so you've said this, but I've spent a bunch of time getting highly educated. Why am I getting the same treatment of this? Oh, well, it's because... And that's what you do. It's like, I'm not poking holes in your argument, I'm asking you actual questions of whether or not how would this function. Now, admittedly, there's a devil's advocate argument to it, and that's kind of what you have to play when someone's in that situation. And I appreciate that person for, while they did get heated, they did understand where I was coming from, and in the end, they kind of, like, accepted a lot of it. Advocate of who? Shut up, devil. But yeah, no, it's... So, at the end of the day, I want to stress, like, there is no truly wrong approach. Because I want to also, like, immediately you might go, and this is the problem with the internet as well. So I've just said that, as kind of evident, I'm not a Marxist individual. I don't really subscribe to those sorts of beliefs. Oh, so you're communist? Or you're a capitalist, sorry. It's like, no, I don't agree with a lot of capitalism. No, but you said you're anti-this. It's like, no. Me being against this does not mean I'm pro this. Like, it is, I think the best one I've seen of this ever is a debate, and this is why, like, internet debates lose so much validity in my eyes, is, oh, I really like bananas. Oh, so you hate apples. I didn't say that I hated apples. Oh, you said you like bananas, so that implies you... No, it doesn't. I like apples alright, but I like bananas a lot more. And it's like, oh, but that's not what you said, so you're lying. So, what? Can a man not just like bananas? Can a man not just like his bananas? Like, god damn it. Liking bananas is gay, Trey, so that makes you work, therefore I hate... Yeah, like, that's the other argument there, right? It's like, it's, oh, you like this, so you like X, so you dislike Y, or, oh, X is kind of like B, so that means that you are C. And it's like, what? When did we start doing parkour with logic? It's a wild and interesting thing to, like, look into. And it's, again, it's where I stress the most. It is near impossible to actually have those sorts of discussions online, especially in, like, written forum sort of environments. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm saying it's incredibly difficult is probably the best way to look at it, right? Except they don't have any because they say the same damn things. Yeah, that's the other point as well, Sweeb. I will agree with you on that. It's like, whenever you get into these arguments, like, I'm sitting there like, dude, look, while I love the leaps and bounds you're taking, I respect you for that. If only it wasn't the same leaps and bounds everyone else was taking, I'd like it more. A lot of art has been produced in the last hour and 42 minutes. All right, well, you know, you're right, but shush. Again, welcome to art streams where art is something that occurs occasionally. I'd respect your opinion if it was actually yours. I love that. No, it's again, welcome to the internet. I hate that I have to do that argument though, right? Of like, welcome to the internet. It always feels like such a cop-out statement to be made. The stream gave me a lot of thinking about in the next 10 hours. I'll lay unconscious a bit. Dude, again, so I've talked about this before a little bit, but I actually did apply to a couple of different agencies to be a VTuber, right, at points. And I'm like pretty sure this right here is why I was never gonna be successful in an industry like that. Because I would be too willing to like talk about subjects that are probably going to polarize some people, but talk about them in ways that, like, if you're there for the discussion, I don't think it would be that polarizing. But if like someone goes onto Twitter later and says, Malice talked about this, like Mal talked about X on stream, it would definitely become a problem. And that's something no company really wants to deal with. Right? And it's just a really funny thought to me. Basically 70% of the drama going on now. Yeah, it is. Clip you out of context once you're big enough. Hell yeah. I can't wait for drama channels. Okay. We'll be your downfall, lovingly to remember where you came from, to keep you humble, strongly passive aggressive. Dude, that's starting to get yandere energy. What the fuck do you mean? It's like, don't worry, we're here for you. They were all fake fans. We're your real fans. We were here from the beginning. We were here with you. Okay. This is when it's like thumbs up. Yeah. Gotta go to sleep because they have a 24-hour tomorrow. Yeah, you probably should, Devil. Catch you later. Have a good one. Make sure to take good rest. Alright, there we go. I know what you're talking about, Yawa. I wasn't talking about hit pads. What? Talking about politics and, like, being a better person. Chad, I think Yawa's thinking about head pats too much. You think she's trying to manifest head pat energy? Boys, we thrown under the RV. I don't know what you're talking about yet. You're the one that came into my chat yelling about head pads. Felt like that's pretty telling. That's like that one friend that always makes jokes about how all of their other friends are into feet stuff. I'm pretty sure that guy's actually into them. Alright. Bro, the rain is something fierce at the moment. What happens if I remove? Wonder. Alright, I delayed my dinner for quite a bit. Catch you later. Catch you later, Sweeb. Alright. Happy now? What am I happy about? What am I supposed to be happy about? I think I was going senile. There we go. This pretty much isn't gonna change. This. My brain is like trying its best to come up with a thing on the fly. The Marty McFly. Oh, but Doc! Marty! I don't understand! Go back! Alright, so this is kind of what we've got as a potential alternative. I don't know, I like the idea of incorporating the wings in, like, by default, like here. Right, because obviously we've got the wings that come out at the sides. But I don't know if it actually comes off well. I think it just ends up looking unnecessarily cluttered in the wrong way. That's what I've got there. I don't know. Because, like, this is revealing more chest, was kind of one of the ideas I had with it, right? And we talked about this with one of the previous parts of it, is, like, probably showing more chest, would look more along the lines. I'm not sure if I do want to show the arm, if I want to do, like, a tattoo like that, though, because obviously there's some connotations that could be taken incorrectly with that. Even though in, like, my country and culture, they're actually very important and very, very, very acceptable. In fact, they're actually essential for some of the culture work. Because there's, like, the speaker tattoos, stuff like that. Where, to those that are curious, there's basically, some of the female Maori will have, like, a special tattoo on their chin, which denounce them as a speaker, which basically, I cannot describe any better as, if a speaker is talking, you shut the fuck up. They are speaking. They're often, like, important woman in the tribe. In the iwi. Be it like, I guess you could kind of equate it to like chieftain wife as an example, but it's not always. Mother, potentially. All sorts. Yeah, I feel like the bottom part is lacking too much if we do this. Right? I think it's like, I feel like doing maybe something with the other arms. Yeah, like I probably want to put maybe a brace on that potentially. I don't know. Let me look at some designs that I like from VTubers in general for a moment. Because like obviously I like base snake eyes outfit. I really like that outfit. Also just like dealing with a couple of responses to things. What could I learn from something like Hako's Bow's outfit? It's a fucking amazing outfit. But like obviously I can't really just like reference that properly because it is not really a guy outfit as much. Though it is actually surprisingly gender neutral overall. Like I could see a guy wearing that outfit and not be like a mess. Before I draw. Um. Slightly small bag. Okay. So what about something more like that? Let's play around with it with the extras. Does that look... Looks interesting. There we go. Okay. Sorry, that had been bugging me for a while, so I wanted to fix that. Hmm. Hmm. Hydrate. Yep, I probably should. That is a good point. Man, your pool of points. I mean, that's the thing, right? It's like so many people on the stream had a lot of points because I just didn't have point things in. And now that there's point things in. So, it's kind of one of those things of, I know the point economy is a bit fucked. I'm probably going to have to raise it and lower some of the points. I rose them as high as I did in equatance to, like, the logic of, people having points. So I'll probably lower some of the basic ones. Again, I don't think there's any true, like, right answer to getting the points ratio correct. Well, I kind of want to look at the dynamic options for it, because I want to see if the dynamic options actually, like, work with the points correctly. And, like, they, create permanent changes. So, like, if it's underutilized, lower the price. If it's overutilized, raise the price, stuff like that. Can't wait to live forward to lower these prices. I don't need a bit of real life there. God damn it, why have you done this? See myself out. I like this more of a design than the other one. I feel like if I'm trying to go this direction, there's more I should do. Like, this sleeve over here doesn't look right. Because, like, it's kind of the argument I'm making a little bit is I'm almost wanting to go with a minimalistic design with this idea because it's going to rely more on the gap between this and, like, the other forms of it, right? So it's like, this is more relaxed, more chill, more simple, but has some, like, interesting and intricate parts to it. But then you have the wings and the horns that add, like, so much more to the design when that is the case. Right? And I feel like I would add more features with that design. Alright, I'm like trying to organize the folders a little bit and make this a bit easier for me to work around with. I had to see everything. So now I can just kind of like toggle this, toggle this. Cause yeah, I feel like this one fails on just being like, it suffers from something that I've always admitted with Malith design, is that I go towards like a mage a lot, because original Malith was a mage. Right. Hmm. What if I just color it in for now? See what it looks like overall. Play around with it for that. So instead, like, that's the skin showing? A question, but what's the food you tried but just hate with no opinion change? The closest I have to that would be avocado, and that's purely because, not because of avocado, but because of, so I've explained this before a little bit. Think of it like this. In New Zealand, the only, like, common sushi we have is, like, kind of the, not the onigiri, but, like, an actual roll, right? And that stuff sits in the cabinet for, like, long periods of time. So the only avocado I had for a very long time was, like, avocado that had been resting for hours. So I'd never actually had, like, good avocado. So whenever I went to have it, I kind of just really, really didn't like it. And it got to a point that now there's a mental bit of a block for me. And I fully acknowledge it, right? That when I think of tasting avocado, I think of tasting the, like, disgusting shit that is. I feel like it's equivalent to basically someone eating, like, raw chicken a couple times and never wanting to touch chicken again. Is that gonna, like, is that truly what chicken tastes like? No, but it really would off-put you, right? So that's what's happened to avocado to me. So I don't actually like the idea of avocado much. Let's see. Time for naps. It's getting late. Yeah. Nah, fair enough. Catch you later, yo. Have a good one. Welcome back, Jen. Hope all's well. Yeah, catch you later, yo. Have a good sleep and good rest. I try and consider what the fuck I'm doing with this. No, that needs to not be a dark color. I think. Right? Oh my god. I can't believe you've done this, Jen. Oh my god. I can't believe it. Wait till I tell everyone about this. Yeah, everyone's gonna have to suffer. Meanwhile, I'm just gonna be sitting here doing a thing. Can I get a pumpkin spice latte with lots of spice? This is what it's my brain at 1 AM? Oh, I guess that happens. Yeah, I'm gonna put this on Instagram. I hope you realize, by the way, I'm actually doing like the hand movements that would like go with this stuff. Because I hate myself. But my girls love me. Except Patricia. Fuck her. She's a bitch. Maybe Stacy too. She did kind of fuck my boyfriend. I'm gonna message on Snapchat about this later. Oh man. Oh, I didn't close the holes up. Oopsie. Does this font make my ass look big? Honey, everything makes your ass look big. It's been that way since like 7th grade. I'm sorry to tell you. I can't believe everyone's been lying to you. You look ugly in that. But less about you and more about me. Giving queen, but ho queen. Oh my god, it's Patricia. Yeah, fucking Patricia. She tried to wear the same dress as me to prom. I'll never forgive her. I can't believe it. Actual slander on her and her family. Couldn't even come up with an original idea if it hit her in her makeup. And trust me, she's wearing makeup. You seen how caked on it is? Oh my god, Susie pointed out the other day. Oh. Is one arm longer than the other? No. They just look that way. It's rotated, and because one of them hasn't got a sleeve. It's called fashion, Jin. Have you not heard of it? Like, do you need me to measure it just to prove it? Here, I'll just like, so we'll press a button here, and then we've got the shift line. See? Exact same length. You're allergic to normie vibes? That would make sense. I wonder, what should I do for the pauldrons? I gotta make them fabulous. Depressingly, they're probably just gonna be brown again, or grey. You like a bit of a platinum glow. That. God, I've only got another like 3 minutes of this voice. How am I supposed to handle this? Such a task. Can't believe it. Okay, what do you guys think? They're looking fabulous. Are you seeing the idea? Legally Blonde vibes? What are you implying? This skin sash? It's made from my enemies. Do you like it? Oh my god, I didn't fill the holes in again? Oh no, I forgot to apply to connected pistols only. Silly me. I'm always clumsy and make mistakes. I can't believe it. I wonder if that works. Your message failed to send, apparently? Oh no. Dare I ask what was said? Oh, yeah, 10 minutes of voice are over. The Valley Girl has been taken out back and shot. Yeah, I was thinking the skin sash made of the foreskin. No, all the foreskin that she's collected. I'd take the Valley Girl out back shot. Yeah, I too would take the Valley Girl back shot. What? I don't know, because, like, I'm looking at these colors, right, and I think that, like, the idea is correct to make, like, a lighter color for the main shirt. I'm as creative as a brick. Don't worry, I'm no better. Avant-garde, yeah. I don't know, I feel like there's an actual charm to this. I feel like though I'm not got the colors quite right. Right? Like, I think this needs to be lighter. Like, very much. Adding gold? Yeah, that's also what I was thinking with it, right? Like, adding a little bit of gold to this might help the feel of it. So, like, what if we made all of that gold? That's too much. But maybe, like, some gold trimming to this? Gold cockering? You've got an idea of that. Giant cold. No, obviously, technically, this would get. Like, maybe a little bit of gold on the trims of this. A study reveals that sperm cells carry biological echoes of a father's stress, particularly from childhood trauma. So apparently, if you suck a dude's dick, you can understand his pain better. Hey bro, I just want to understand how you feel. Chat with an AI chatbot for copium. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I want to do with the rest of like with the design, because like, I feel like this is the right direction to be taking it, but I'm not sure. Because like there's almost an argument to be made with like like lighter colors as well. Sorry, I just got something very funny. Sent something very, very funny from someone. I mean, like, there's obviously the argument of doing, like, more stuff like trim and, stuff to work around. Armbands? Yeah, like, that's the other thing I'm thinking is, like, because, again, I'll openly admit that, like, a bit of this design is coming from, good old, Hardcore Spells, like, the outfit that I've been talking about, the Snake Eyes outfit, right? So some of the, design philosophy is coming in from there. So if we just, like, set the screen to show, like, she has got, like, armbands and, like, mesh and stuff like that on one arm. So, like, there is a very valid point to be made of doing that. I just don't know if a character that's designed to feel at least a little practical would have that, right? Like, already it's a little sus question mark, why the fuck has he got whatever the fuck this is on his chest? But there's an argument to be made of something, I guess. But, like, there's also that same argument I could make with any straps I add. Like, fuck, that's why the goddamn satchel's there. I could probably take the satchel away and just have belts there. But it's because there's a soft part of my brain that's like, well, no, he's traveling. He's got to have at least a, like, bag of some kind or something, right? Like, again, he is supposed to feel a little like he's hot guy with a bit of dirtbag energy to him, because that's kind of where we've just gone with it at this point. I've just come to accept that that's the case. But like I can compensate for the dirtbagginess that he looks like he has by just not being a dirtbag. And it creates an actual nice little bit of a juxtaposition between design and personality. He seems like an asshole, but he's actually quite nice, right? Well, I'd like to think I'm nice on a good day. Let me just quickly... I'm gonna flick this off Bug's way, just so Bug can see what we're doing. I think she's either at work or... Soft on the inside, hard on the outside, like it... Hey, you know... Oh, I mean, what? How many licks till get to the soft, nougaty center? Holy shit, they're releasing Uma Musume plushies that are like nearly 70 centimeters tall and weigh about 5 pounds. And one of them's Rice Shower. I kind of want to have my child. Bruh. Protect my child. Rice Shower shall be protected. How are you supposed to pour milk over and slam into the ground repeatedly? How fucking dare you? It's my child. Leave Rice Shower alone. He deserves love. I don't know. Like, I like the direction the outfit's going a little bit with this, like minimizing a few parts of it, showing a little bit more of the skin feels fine. And I feel like there's like a good abusable factors of that, because again, in the nicest sense, I am willing to acknowledge that what we're aiming for is just straight up hot guy, right? Like, I want to stress we are trying to make a man that is hot. We're building the sexiest man. And it's like trying to find the way to mix the practical side of him with that charm. I don't know. I feel like we've done, for the little art we've done today, I feel like this is actually a lot of work towards, like, a better direction. Because I would argue I would argue I think I like the second idea more than the first idea. Right? Like, I think if we were to compare these two, I think I like this one more. Frick is more creative than you. I mean, you can still express your thoughts on it, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, if we compare these two, I think I like the new one more. I think that the idea of adding bands to the arm is probably the direction we might want to go with it. Because, like, I think... Because what? We've got the technical current design that we're working from is the Dishonored, like, the one we use for, like, the Dishonored stuff, right? Which is best shown with this piece. And, like, so this is more regal-esque attire, a lot more high symmetry. And I feel like we've moved heavily away from that. But I feel like there's parts of it we can still take. Like, I think if I add the fluff, right? Like, the pompous fluff to, like, the one side, I think that might actually come out quite nicely. Because it would help, like, really set aside one side versus the other. Because I think that's the charm this one kind of had as well. Is like, arguably this is actually a simple design. Because it is basically just like, almost a butler-esque styled outfit, right? Like, regal butler, like, you could, it could be a noble quite easily, right? That was the idea, is it's like, it feels like a bit of a fantasy noble, but with, like, some armor on it. So very, very, like, anime fantasy-esque, where it's like, why is there this many belts on the character? Because I like them. How do you get the belts off? What are they holding up? Fuck you. At least with mine, there's an argument of practicality, is like, it's very clearly attaching to the shoulder point here, but, like, realistically, what else is it connected to? Probably not enough. I mean, I guess it's probably also connected to the, like, shoulder armor thing here. Like, this part on the top. That all probably links together. Yeah, I think it's like finding the mix between taking away some elements and adding them into different spots. Like, it's real easy to want to focus on just the top half, right, as well. Because, if we just focus on the top half of the character, we can add most of the design stuff there and then accept the fact that the lower part of the character is intended to look a lot less interesting because it's got the practical side. He's walking everywhere, so that makes sense. But I don't know. We'll play around with it more as the weeks come by, because I think this is going to be like one of the main things we do on art streams for a while, is play around with this design. I've sent it over Bug's way for Bug to review. Oh, sorry. I'm starting to get on the sleepy side. So I think I might actually call it here for today. It's a little bit past 3 hours, so on still the shorter side of the streams, but it's probably the best thing to do. So, with that being the case, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. you're awesome, stay awesome, and I hope to see you again next time. Until then, goodbye. Bug will definitely try and eat it, yeah.